Welcome to another episode of Back to God. My name is Daniel Paladi. Today I want to speak about something that has always been burning in my heart. And I just want to speak about fear. You know, every time we read the Bible, we hear of people that were afraid. And yet, every time God speaks to a man, God will tell man, do not be afraid. Fear not. Now, when did fear begin? When did we start having a man being fearful? The first time we find a man being fearful was in the book of Genesis chapter 3. It was when Adam had fallen with his wife. And so God came to visit them in the cool of the day. And Adam hid himself because he had made himself some fig leaves and he had covered himself. But when Adam heard the voice of God, he tells God, he says, God, I heard your voice walking in the garden and I was afraid. That's the first time ever we hear about man being afraid. It was after the fall. And so we realize that fear is actually a phenomenon that was not created by God. God does not create fear. That is why each time we see an angel of the Lord being sent to speak to someone, the first thing the angel would say, he said, fear not, for I bring good tidings. Fear not, fear not. Let's hear what God actually tells Joshua in the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 9. God tells Joshua, he says, have I not commanded thee, be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. Now, the reason why people are normally afraid and scared is because fear has everything to do with what you perceive with your carnal eyes. The Church of the Living God was meant to have our eyes fixed on Jesus. We were supposed to have our hearts fixed on Jesus. We were supposed to have our vision fixed on Jesus. And we would not be afraid. But the phenomenon that I've discovered that is very disturbing is that I've noticed of late that instead of the church being God conscious, the church has been very much Satan conscious. We are more likely to think of the devil than to think of God. Sometimes you visit a place of worship to want to worship God. The first 2 hours then are spent at rebuking the devil, at rebuking demons, and we have amplified the devil so much that the devil is always in people's minds. And that is why people are afraid. But God today, he says, put me in your minds. Let me be the center focal point of your heart. Let me be where your vision is focused. Put your mind on me. Think about me. And it's only when our eyes are looked at Jesus, it's only when our eyes are focused on the cross, then fear will disappear. Fear will not be found amongst us. We shall walk as victorious children of God. We shall walk as true heirs of the great kingdom of God. I thank you for joining me on this episode of Back to God. Until next time, God bless you.